my name is Shalini Maikos, and thank you so much for joining me today as I share about navigating Virginia Medicaid waivers. Now, to start off, I just want to say that every state has its own program, and I'm going to be sharing about Virginia Medicaid waivers exclusively. And also, since this is a state program, any details or facts that I might share today is subject to change even as soon as tomorrow. So please make sure to reach out if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to know some more information. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we are Moms in Motion and At Home Your Way, and we do serve all of Virginia children, adults, and seniors. We were founded by a mom when her son was diagnosed with a disability. She dug in to find resources and stumbled upon Virginia Medicaid waivers. Now, she actually uses the term stumbled upon because she came across all the pitfalls and the obstacles that come along with the waivers. But she really dug in to figure all that she could about these waivers. And then she started sharing with others. She started sharing with her mom support groups, with her school, with her community. And after sharing with just over 300 people from her home, she saw that there was a need. And that's how Moms in Motion and At Home Your Way was born. So that was in 2009 when we were founded. We're currently the largest consumer-directed provider here in Virginia. Now, as I share about our services and the advocating we do, you will see why we are growing and why we are the largest provider here in Virginia. First, I want to share with you about waivers. Now, to start off, I want to let you know that before I started here at Moms in Motion, I did not know anything about waivers. I was actually a caretaker for both my dad and my mother-in-law. I was out of work for 10 years caring for my loved ones. During this entire time, I did not know that there was any assistance or services out there for my situation. And when I started Moms in Motion, I came into the finance department because medical billing was my background. Today, I am continuing to learn about the waivers. I'm in the community outreach department now, and I'm really excited to share about what I have learned because I know that this could have made a huge difference for my family, and it can make a huge difference for families going forward. So with that being said, if you don't know anything about waivers, then you're in good hands because I was once in that same boat. Now, for those who do know about waivers, they generally know about the DD waiver. This is the most sought after waiver. It's kind of the gold standard of waivers because it provides the most benefits and resources. Now, families that know about this waiver, they also know about the huge waiting list. It has a giant waiting list. But what you can be comforted in is that this waiting list is based on need and not how long you've been on it. So if your family's need is higher, you will get that slot sooner. Now, what most families don't realize is that there's another waiver, and this waiver has no waiting list. That's a CCC plus waiver. The need or the criteria for approval is a bit higher. The individual with a disability will need to have assistance with at least 2 activities of daily living. Now, this could be feeding and or mobility and or dressing and or bathing, just for example. Both of these waivers are dependent, approval is dependent on the individual with the income. Let me start over. Approval is dependent on the individual with the disability's income and not household income. There you go. Thanks for bearing with me. Like my words to work today. So it's not household income, which is generally a shocker to most families, because sometimes maybe grandma or mom or both mom and dad, someone in the household is a job and they just think that they won't qualify. It is definitely not the case. As long as the individual with the disability not making a certain amount of income, they can definitely qualify. Now, outside of the waivers, there's the EPSDT program, or the Early Periodic Screening and Diagnostic Treatment Program. This one is for those under the age of 21 with straight Medicaid. This program doesn't offer the same support as the waiver, but still offers some supports that can be super beneficial for the family. So as you see, there's a couple of different options. And when a family gives us a call, we have an entire department that can help walk them through these different options to get them services. This department actually does something which I'm super excited to share about, and that's waiver coaching. So we almost do like a mock waiver with the family to prepare them before they even go through that screening. If the family has already been denied, we can help you reapply and go over maybe why you got denied, because you know that you need these services. So maybe answering a question with more facts and details is going to help you get that approval. So that's what we help families do through this process. We're going to help them through deadlines, authorizations, what department to reach out to, where to turn, how to prepare, and what to expect. Sometimes approval might be held up because you're waiting on a signature from a doctor's office. We will go on a three-way phone call with the family to help expedite this process. So whatever it is that they need. And then I started off this presentation sharing that I was in the finance department. So I know firsthand that we never charge our families, even through this process. If a family decided to never use us after they got their waiver, use us through the service facilitation, we will still help them obtain the waiver, and this will be totally free to them. So for any families, please don't feel discouraged. Just give us a call and get some information. Okay, now after you've received your waiver, once the waiver screening is complete, moms will send a service facilitator over to the family's home to help them with all things waivers. These visits can be monthly or every other month, depending on the individual and their needs. And the service facilitators live in the community. That way they're able to better serve the family when it comes to resources, providers, and community, getting involved in the community. Our service facilitators are scholastically accredited, and they're going to work with the families all things waiver. So maybe it's an online portal to get the attendant paid. The service facilitator will help that family navigate through that. Most of our staff here at Moms in Motion either have a loved one on a waiver, or it's just very near and dear to our hearts. So we have that personal knowledge along with the professional knowledge. Now, benefits upon approval. There are so many benefits, medications, therapies, doctor's appointments are covered. A paid care attendant of the family's choosing is covered, and we will help you figure out who that person is going to be. There's also mileage reimbursement or transportation. And then there's a health insurance premium payment program, or HIP program. This is a reward program that Medicaid uses to reward families with health insurance through their private employer by paying all of the family's premiums. That way, the waiver can remain the secondary insurance. So yes, you can have insurance through your private employer and still take advantage of these Virginia Medicaid waivers. Now, each waiver comes with up to $5,000 for assistive technology and up to $5,000 for environmental modifications. And this is annual. So here at Moms in Motion and At Home Your Way, we are going to make sure that you're taking full advantage of all the benefits that are for you when you have the waiver. Now, for the EPSDT program, this is $5,000 for assistive technology. This can still be a game changer. Maybe it's that tablet that the child is using in the school, they can get one for home. Now, we always like to be upfront and honest with our families that this can be a 6 to 8 week process. So from the time you give us a call, if you were to call me today, you're not going to get that ramp installed tomorrow. But we will keep you encouraged and supported the entire process, making sure that you are aware of deadlines, keeping you up on authorizations, and making sure that once you have a waiver, your services do not lapse. As I said, we keep you in the know with all updates and will help with any problem areas that you may have, all things waivers. It's super easy for families to get started with us. I know that I've given you a lot of information in a really short time period. So please reach out to us with any questions. It's super easy to get started with us. You can either give us a call on our 1-800 number, 1-800-417-0908, or visit us at www.momsinmotion.net. That's www.momsinmotion.net. There is a little button on our website that says Get Help for Your Loved One Today. When you click that, you'll just be entering some simple information, contact information. That way we can give you a call and help get you started. We also have some really great resources on our website and tools, so be sure to go there and to check it out. And like I said, reach out for any reason. We never charge our families, so we are truly here for you. Now, thank you so much for your time, and I hope to hear from you if you do ever need our services. Thank you so much.